Hi there. So, if you've worked in PR and have helped brands land big wins, it's natural to want to talk about it. Show off your skills, highlight your campaigns, and let others know what you've achieved. But here's the tricky part: you can't always name drop a brand or a client without permission. So, today we'll cover why this matters, what can go wrong, and how to do it in the right way. So, the consequences of mentioning a brand without approval, well, sharing a brand or a client name without approval can damage trust and your professional reputation. It might lead to strained relationships, legal issues, or being cut off from future opportunities. For example, posting a campaign case study without client consent could result in them asking for it to be removed or worse, refusing to work with you ever again. But now I also want to stress the point of the future opportunities as well. Brands work with each other, like one client might work with another company, so they are in constant communication. So if it does come out that this is something that you have done, other brands or other clients might hear about this and then think to themselves, okay, this isn't a company that I might want to work with because the same thing could happen to me as well. And if they are unprofessional, for lack of a better way of putting this, but if they are unprofessional in this sense, what else could go wrong? What else might happen? So it could snowball into something much bigger, and that's something that you would want to avoid. So, a couple of things that you can do to make sure that you are always on the safe side is first get permission before sharing. Even if your work was crucial to a campaign's success, always check with the brand or client before publicly mentioning them. So, this ensures you respect confidentiality agreements and maintain professionalism. For example, before posting a portfolio piece about a major project launch or product launch, email the client for approval first and then focus on the work, not the numbers. So highlight the strategy, your role, and the creative process instead of confidential metrics and internal data. This shows your expertise without risking sensitive information that the client doesn't want public. For example, discuss how you developed a media strategy for a fashion brand without sharing exact sales figures that the company or the brand might want to keep a secret. So next up, use generic descriptions if needed. So if a brand or client prefers not to be named, describe it in general terms while still showing the scope and impact of your work. This keeps your portfolio credible without breaking any agreements. An example here, if you've worked with a global electronics company on a product launch, that's exactly how you can mention it. You don't have to say the name of the actual brand. You can just say global electronics company, major fashion brand, a leading company in energy, or anything like that. That's how you can frame it. Then highlight your skills, not just the brand. So frame your accomplishments around what you personally contributed, such as strategy, creative solutions, or media outreach. So it positions you as the expert and not just the campaign's name. So it focuses more on you, your brand, your skills. So, for example, created a media outreach plan that secured coverage across 20 plus publications in tech and lifestyle. So that's how you can frame that type of story. Then avoid exaggeration or misrepresentation. So being honest about your role builds trust and long-term credibility with clients and colleagues. Inflating your contribution or results can backfire and harm your professional reputation because remember, it's not just your reputation here. If you are inflating any results, then it could implicate or affect the company or the brand as well. So, for example, if you've supported the campaign but weren't the lead, clearly say you contributed to the media strategy. So that clearly positions your role within all of this. Or if there has been, let's say, specific numbers and you want to round it off because you want it to be higher or anything like that, it can negatively impact the client and then you as well. So, mentioning the brands you've worked with can boost your credibility and showcase your expertise as long as you do it ethically and thoughtfully. By following these guidelines, you can highlight your achievements without burning bridges or risking trust.